Hi there, welcome to Made by Granat. My name is Anna and I'm here today with this big grungy journal, Christmas journal even. I want to show you a bit what I have done so far. I have put the fuzzy cat on the front. I gilded around the edges of it a bit. Then I put some the same striped fabric that I have inside the book. I put outside of the spine, and then I put this lace. This is the same fabric that I have outside. It's a thin cotton fabric, which looks a bit like ticking, but it's thinner, but very useful. And then I put this wide lace on the back and of the spine, and I love it. Poinsettias. And I have turned the signatures into 7 instead of 5 and these have not been in the press yet, and I believe that 5 signatures would be too few in this spine. I prefer having many signatures with fewer pages in it because I love the profile it gets of the book. That's the way I work. Anyway, so right now I have 7 signatures and about 5 pages circa in every signature, 5 folios. And today I want to start by, this is the back of the book, and what do I almost always have on the back of my books? Labels. So I have a little collection here, and since it is a Christmas book, I want to make it Christmassy. I will get out some ink because I want to ink the edges, and I think we will go with vintage photo today. Vintage photo. I am quite sure that I want this big one, December 1953, because it is pale green and it has red text on it. Quite sure about that. Then I am thinking if I want 1 or 2 smaller labels as well. Excuse me. I will ink them anyway, because wherever they will get used, they would want some ink on them. So these go quite well together. This also has a red border around it, and so does this one, but it is a bit lighter in color. So I might use that, or I will use this one to give it more of a, show you a bit more that something is happening. I think I will actually use this one, and I might use the other one as well. Maybe I can have 3 labels on this one. Oh, this one wants to fold the entire time. I don't like that. So it's really time to use it. I will start by putting the big one anyway. And I want to use my little tweezer. So, how is everyone doing? Are you having a good week so far? Have you had any snow yet? We haven't had any snow, luckily. So my thrifting might not be done for this year. In fact, I have been doing a bit of online thrifting lately, I can confess. We have this online auction site, with lots and lots of vintage things. You can sell and you can buy there. And I have put in bids on loads of old books, like from the 1800s. Rag papers and all that lovely yummy stuff, and I won quite a lot of them. So there will be a thrift haul coming up. I haven't received them yet because when you buy them online, they're not always next doors, you know. They might be on the other end of the quite large country of Sweden. Well, not large, but we're quite long, and it can be up in the north, and I am in the south, so it could be a few days before I get them. I want to put this one as well. Anyway, there will be a few books, French books and Swedish books, and maybe it was some Italian as well. Can't remember really, because there were so many. I didn't win all the auctions, just some of them. So I will be having a nice surprise one with my mail. Let me show you a bit closer. That's nice, right? I like that. Oops. So let's get started with the pages. I will get rid of the cover so I don't accidentally spill something on it, like ink or glue or something. This is the original first page of the book. This is from 1891 and it is marvelously grungy. And there is a lovely picture there. And I wanted to keep this, so I hinged it to another fly leaf that I had lying around. We have some tea-dyed paper. We have, this is kind of an old kind of stationery or something I bought many years ago when I started in 2016, 17 sometime. It's a bit purple on the back, pinkish purpley, and there's Christmas bubbles. And I have one sheet left, so I hinged that to some lined paper. And here is the quite thin strip of paper we chose together. And I Frankenstein that. I will sew it, but I sew everything at once. And that was quite a big page, so it folded over. And now I want to decide what I want to do with that flip. Either I will cut it off, or I will, as you can see, I glued it the wrong side first, so there's some glue residues. So if I want to keep it like this, I have to glue something to it, or sew something to it. I could easily put another page here. I have a bunch of them in my little, excuse me, I'm just rummaging through my pile here. There are, I could put something like this. And sew it down. And maybe, because now there is some grass on the back, maybe I could put some tea-dyed paper on there for extra journaling space. Sew it on here, and yeah, I think we are onto something here. So let me just get a sheet of tea-dyed paper from my stash. Sorry for vanishing. That we want to put there, and we want to put some tea-dyed paper on it, and that I don't have to do that on camera, but I want to make sure I know that I want to put it there, so I will paper clip it. Like that. And then this is a funny paper I found, a paper table runner, and that is quite flimsy, but I don't mind that. Let me see if I have another flip here. On these pages, the reds and the greens that I have hinged to other pages, I'm going to do some stamping, and that I will probably do off camera. So I have done a lot of hinging, and I have done this is quite fun. This is a folio from a book, the Country Diary at Christmas. So it's kind of, and it's all torn up now because I've had it for a few years. It's a few stories and Christmas things and food and traditions and pictures, and lots of it is Edith Holden, and lots of it is other things from around the time. So I thought that was quite fun to include. Here is another one of those Franken pages, and I have folded because it was too big, and I will also want to do something with these folds. So once again, what do I want to extend it with? This is quite nice. Some mistletoe. And I could put tea-dyed paper on this as well, because once again there is some sort of grass, and I could sew it down. Yes, I will just put a paper clip there so that I know what I want to do. And when they're so big, the papers that I want to put tea-dyed paper on the back, when they are this big, I usually use aerosol glue to make them, because the glue stick is too thick. It will almost, dry before you put the paper down. Then here maybe I could use a envelope, a tea-dyed envelope, maybe, or maybe I can use that, on the edge of the page. Yeah, that would probably look better. I will have to find something else there. Once again, probably some stamping on that page. This will not be a total flip through. And I also put some smaller pages in. This is from an old calendar from 1925. More of the Franken pages. And since this is a Christmas journal, I go out of my comfort zone. I add some gold, I add some green and some red, and color is not my forte. My journals are quite monochrome many times. This is more of the Country Diary Christmas thing. No flips there. And I also need to add some pockets. And I'm not afraid of the white. I'm trying to tell myself that I'm not afraid of the white anyway. Because the back of the scrapbooking paper were very white, and I don't want to tea-dye them. See, it's very white. But I'm going to accept it and embrace it somehow. And I also added some pages out of the gnome. I have some lovely gnome books. They're by a Dutch pair of gentlemen that made them in the 80s, I think. With those kind of gnomes, and they are so cute. So I added a few of those. This I might have to cut down a bit because it's quite big. More from the gnome book, and I just love them. The winter. This is very much winter in Sweden. The old trains and the lovely churches. I will probably cover up this text so that you can journal it. Yeah, so we have a few flips I want to extend. and I want to make other flips and tuck spots and things. These are some mixed media cards I got a few years back at the sale. I have a few of them. They are black and white and grey, but I just did a fold there, and then I put a whale tail tab on it, and I thought that if I just use some ink around the edges of this, I could use it as a flip, and you can journal on the back side, because this is mixed media paper and it is quite sturdy. And I like to use flips and tuck spots and so on, so that you can not extend things and extra journaling space. That's nothing to do with tuck spots, but flips. So I want to put this in, and I want to put it on a colored page, so I could use something like this, or I could use one of the green or red ones. I don't want to put anything on this because it is too flimsy. There is a red one. Then again, this folio is quite thick already. The signature, I mean. I believe there's a green here. Yeah. Maybe I could put it in this one. Just for some interest and some extra journaling space, and yeah, I like that. Put it out of the pile. Add some glue. This is actually quite a lot like I'm working in my journals. This is very representative of my kind of style. I just I flip through the book and I see what I feel like doing, and then I grab things and see where I feel like putting them. And I don't do too much planning. The planning I do is that when I pull out papers, I have one of those bins, and I just put all the stuff in it that I want to actually use in the book. And that's my kind of planning. So when I put the signatures together like this, and I started to add things, and when I think I am done with the things that needs sewing, I go to my sewing machine and I go through signature after signature, and I sew the things that I want to sew. And then I usually put the signatures in and do the last pieces that just needs gluing after the signatures are sewn in. But I do most of the work before, because I sew quite a lot in my journals. I like how that turned out. That's nice. And some extra journaling space. Then I will probably have to do a bit of collaging or put some fussy cut or something here. I don't know what yet, but I will think about it. So maybe that was a bit thin. Anyway, I want to incorporate some more things. Like, for example, when I just showed you this, it's the edge of a piece of ticking, red and white ticking, and I want to just put this on the side of a page somewhere, and then maybe do some collaging next to it. And that I want to put on an old page, I believe. The first page of the signature, like I did in the last big grungy journal. Maybe I can put it like there, or not the first page, one of the original pages of the book, maybe. of those. And let that stick out a bit. Maybe here. Yeah, that will be. I will put that there, and then I can do some more collaging or what's it called? Maybe some put in an eyelet or something there. Let me just see how large it is. This is the back side of it. You can see on the, but I think I want this one to be up because it's a nice texture and a nice interesting pattern there instead of just the stripes. And since I am the journal maker, I can do what I want. Just a thin stripe of glue there, because I would probably sew this as well. And that didn't go all the way down, so I'll put some more. Got a bit too much there. I kind of build up my my process is building up. I don't see the finished collage before me, but I right now I put this one down, and then in the next session maybe I put something else down, or I put a little eyelet in it, or I will do one of those where you fold a circular thing, or yeah, I don't know. Right now it's there and I like it, so it sticks out a bit and adds to the grungy feeling. Good. Let me look at the time. We can do a few more things, I think. Excuse my squeaky chair. I don't know why it protests so much. Maybe I'm too heavy. Let me see what I want to do more. I want to put this is the rest of the piece of the first page. This I cut out of a Norman Rockwell book, and at the bottom it was this, I believe, or maybe it was the back side of that was said Merry Christmas, but I like that old writing, and I want to cut this down a bit with using my trusty Fiskars thing, and then I want to this is not easy, this is not straight. When I have cut it down a bit, I want to ink around the edges, of course, and then I want to glue it on the bottom of a page, because I think it would be a nice addition. For instance, here, or the first page of that one. You know, those small things that catches your eye, I really like those. Put that away, and I will grab my small scissors. I could have done this deckled-edged, but since it's so I like it like it is. I think I want to have that there, or maybe I should have it at the top instead. Merry Christmas. Top or bottom? Screen or two screens? No, I want it at the bottom. But I will ink it, of course, since it's a grungy journal, and I love my ink. For this journal, as I showed you, I will probably go with vintage photo lots of the time. And I am thinking about maybe doing some, what's that called? When you use stencils and the Nancy over at Wishes and Weeds is amazing at this. What's it called? You know, you use the grit paste, no? Texture something. Texture paste, and you use a stencil and you put it down and then you let it dry and then you do some inking. I'm thinking about doing that in this journal. Maybe even keeping it white like snowflakes. So I might be experimenting with that. Let me see. I don't know if I will do it on camera. And I also have some God, my mind draws a blank today, totally. I also bought those decoupage paper thingies, the Christmas theme that I might use as well. Merry Christmas. That's it. It feels so good to be starting with my Christmas journals. I have lots of ideas, and I have picked up lots of new ideas from people watching their flip throughs of their Christmas journals and other journals. So I'm longing to try new things here, and I want to as I said, step a bit out of my comfort zone this time and maybe make it a bit other than I usually do. Yeah, that's nice. So that's all I have time for today, I'm afraid. I need to get started with lunch for the kids. But I will be back soon, I hope. I have a free day on Wednesday, and then I can do some filming, I guess. I'm doing lots of work in the evenings, as much as I can, because I noticed that my eyesight is not very good when it's dark. I need to get better lighting in my room. But I will do as much work as I can. This is one of my Christmas journals. The other one will be the fabric one that I showed you last time. I have started to pick out some papers for this as well. Not so much, but I think this will be a 3 signature book, maybe. I will have to see if I can find some tutorials on how I make this the best with the spine and so on. But that will be happening. And also I found a book in my Christmas box that I just pulled out that is almost done. I just have to sew on the signatures and decorate a bit. So there will be a flip through of that one as well. So there might be a few Christmas books this year. Great. I wish you all a great rest of the week, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.